porn this? You used to get porn in this?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah. So I'm Arun, and I'm from Devoid. We play thrash metal.
Alright.
It's still out of play. What's it? Yeah, good.
Just come.
Yeah, yeah. I am Arun. I'm from Devoid, and we play thrash metal. I'm the vocalist and the rhythm guitarist.
Hi, my name is Keshav from Devoid. I play the lead guitar.
Who are the other members of your band?
There's Shubham, he's missing, he plays the drum. And then there's Frankie, plays the bass.
Nice.
That's
Huh.
So it's back in
Nice. So, how was the band formed?
If I had a nickel for every time this question was asked, 2 years back, I think 3 years back, 2.5 years back, I and the drummer, so I was in a different band and so was he, and we didn't want to play. I was with Fark in this band called Bloodbath Regiment, and we played this very post-hardcore levels of songs, which I wasn't really comfortable with.
Okay.
So I left that band, and Shubham left his band for his reasons, and we formed this band because we wanted to play the same kind of music, which happened to be speed thrash metal. So yeah, so we started hooking up. I started hooking him up with tunes and stuff. We started making stuff, and we needed a lead guitar that and we are all from the same colony, so it was kind of convenient for us to jam and stuff. That's how 3 years back things have, or maybe 5 years.
5
I have memory lapse. Maybe 5. I think it's 5. I'm sure that's 5. हाँ तो 3 साल पहले 7.5 साल पहले फर्क and that's how we met, and we had Ninad as the bass guitarist who now plays in Human Abstract.
Okay.
And we were this 4-piece metal straight thrash metal outfit band. We used to cover metal. We started off covering Metallica, and Metallica is still my favorite band. So no matter how much people say, I still love covering them. So we started off with them, and then we went to Slayer, and then we redefined our playing style. It became more extreme as each year went on. So now we're
Okay. And so, how did the name Devoid come about? How do you guys name yourself Devoid? Why Devoid?
We started off with, I think the name Void or something. We wanted something simple and not very complex, something that kicks well.
I'm a huge Slayer fan. So and Metallica, and these are the one-word band. We want a one-word band which can create an impact. If not, make sense. So I and Nenad.
Originally, I think it was Void. We felt it was a little
Okay.
small, so we thought to make it Devoid.
Nice. So, tell me some of the influences of your band. The bands that influence you and your music.
Slayer has to be one of the very initial ones that heavily influenced the kind of music that we played. Even the earlier solo, when the music and all the riffs and all stuff that we used to make, most of it clearly make our influence from Slayer and stuff. Metallica has to be one of them. Actually, all of us have different influences.
Okay,
And
so
these being common for all the band members, Metallica, Slayer, maybe Megadeth or something for Shubham. But then individually, we are
you guys have mentioned 3 of the 4 thrash outfits that formed the 80s.
Yeah.
The 4th being Anthrax.
Yeah, except for Anthrax.
Except for
Not
Anthrax.
really into it. Anyways.
Okay, nice. So, where's the band headed in the future? I mean, in the near future or in the long future? Anything coming up? Any EPs or what's your plan for the band in the future?
Yeah, if you would have asked me this, I think 1.5 or 2 years back, I would have said we're going to have 7, 8 albums by the end of the next 3 years. We're going to be doing shows here, and we're going to cut EPs, and one after the other, everything's going to be smooth. And things are different right now. I can't really put an answer for this question. Neither can my friend. Neither can anyone right now, because everything looks so bleak, and since there is there's no footing to any of this. Like everything else, this probably might just die.
Okay. Why is it? What's the reason for that? Devoid has been. You guys have been sticking together for 5 years, so just.
Lots of the complications. commitments here and there. Other
Okay.
things, a lot of stuff like that. And plus, one of the main facts that the Indian metal scene is really not going anywhere right now because there's really lack of publicity. Gigs don't, you don't really have venues for any gigs. People don't let you come if you listen to metal and stuff. You have those beautiful venues like not just Jazz by the Bay and HRC and stuff, but then that's like not really there for metal. So you don't really see a scope of metal growing in this particular place. Not even that. I mean, even if you don't have a scene for metal, but if you have one gig in a year, and if you see around 500 people there, you'd still look up to something. You still look forward to some gig happening and that one gig for the entire year. I think that's how it happens.
But then, like, there's so many, new bands that are coming up that look up to big bands like you guys, like Devoid has been there for 5 years. Oh yeah, it's true. They're
Even
like,
I didn't know that.
no, I mean, I know a lot of upcoming bands, and they say like, oh, Devoid is an influence, and they love your song Kali, and if you I mean, such a big band is just a breakup,
I don't know if you can label it breakup as weird. It's probably going to dissolve just like everything else. See, if
Okay.
it was for me or for any of us, I this documentary in itself is a revolution of sorts. No matter how small it is, no matter how insignificant it is, but I don't want things to happen this way. I want to still be chugging metal riff one after the other. I still like people saying I like this band, I like your song, and if people hum along, it's a kick that I want this to this to keep repeating itself. Another 3 years maybe, if everything changes, we might still be around.
Oh, amazing! That's like good to have a positive outlook. So, any EPs that you guys are coming out with?
Currently, yeah, recording an EP, recording it with Sahil. He's got his recording label, Demon Stealer Records. So we're getting like a 4 song EP with him right now. That's the only thing that's coming in, the short term plans that we have. Uh, as he said, the band might just die out, but then at least we'll have the songs recorded and stuff, way before anything of that sort happens. So maybe songs will still be there. So you guys can always listen to the songs if you like the band.
Let's hope it becomes like a millennium thing. Like
Yeah,
they played Megadeth.
Amazing. So, interesting question. What's your outlook upon girls/women in the metal scene?
Lack of
Lacking,
lack of
where are
lack
they
of-
devoid of women? Where are they? I've never spotted one female for my gig, not one.
So, like, as soon as metal start playing, like, horde of black t-shirts, guys.
Yeah,
guys.
And
That's
there are women who look like guys, but
Guys wearing black t-shirts, they don't really want to be a part of that mosh and stuff.
I wish people
Yeah,
flash
do.
and shit.
Yeah,
Take
that
leather
kind of stuff doesn't
pattern.
happen here. We need women.
Yeah. Hear us out. We are desperate men looking for desperate
Yeah.
chicks in a metal gig.
This is cool. So, I mean, it's like there are not many metal chicks in the metal scene, but what about
There are a few women.
chicks?
Yes, there are.
What about chicks who
Artists.
listen to metal or who are artists? What about that level listen? Do you know any number of chicks who are like in the metal scene?
There are a few people that
Yeah, I have a couple of female friends who,
we have
who
lot of
do
people.
play the guitar and they wish to be in a band and stuff. So still, as far as I see it, metal is a very boys club thing. And it's usually this way. And for a female to be easily accepted in this is a kind of it's a difficult thing.
too strong a thing for female. Too strong.
Yeah,
too
something like
aggressive.
that. And even if they do, they can be easily shrugged off as a poser female. And I don't know how this works. I wish for more females to be a part of this, but that's how things go with metal. Not
Notice one chick who she's designing like some of the logos for us and stuff, and then
Oh, yeah.
she's like this huge metal fan and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, she's
Okay.
really beautiful with the artworks and stuff that she does.
Okay.
There are women here and there, but then it's not enough to satisfy all the guys.
And this
Yeah,
this chick
that's
that he was talking about, she is complete metal.
Okay.
She's like
Easy.
you probably would know. She's from Pune. I forget it.
Saloni?
Saroni. Yeah.
Saroni.
Yes, she is doing an
She's-
artwork for us.
Yeah, exactly. And now
I
she's
remember.
pretty good
Yeah,
in what she's doing. So
Yeah.
that's a thumbs up for the niche of females.
And that's really interesting. Uh, so, can you? I mean, tell me some of the indie bands that you guys like.
Kratos. Kratos. I this I had a lot of I like Frostwork. This is band when we were around a long time back. There was a band called Frostwork from Bombay, and there is Millennium, of course, which is they're tight and they're metal. Because of course, and Third Sovereign. That's a band people need to look out for. They will blow.
Can't miss
the
out
fuck out of
Exhumation.
them.
Can't mix out Exhumation. Those
Exhumation
guys are
is
like
Demonic
insane.
Resurrection is. There are a lot of bands.
Lot of
Bands that we played with. Your band, Apollonian. Then we have this band that Old Monks. I mean, I know they're not metal and they're
Those
no
are
more
not there anymore, but
those are some serious
those are
good
really
musicians.
kick-ass
Jolly
musicians.
films.
Yeah, that's
You might probably be knowing Riju.
yeah,
Used to
yeah,
play
yeah,
the bass for
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. So any other bands?
I don't have any strong influences, maybe if at
No,
all.
that's but generally.
But yeah, apart from Third Sovereign and Kryptos. Yeah, apart from Third Sovereign and Kryptos, I can't really name a lot of bands because for various reasons, I guess.
Cool. So, what do you think about religion influencing music and the people?
That's another weird question. We have a song named Kali. The
And
life
we
of
have
religion.
also another song called A God's Life, and then we
Okay.
can go
We'll completely
keep
talk
contradicting
about
each other.
different religions as such. But yeah, religions do, I mean, form a part. A lot of bands, a lot of form part of the music and stuff. Just to the extent that they can write lyrics for it and stuff like that. Not really goes to the extent to actually change your views about the music that you listen to.
Okay. So it's basically the music that counts more than the religious views or something like that.
definitely.
It's that.
When we are
It's
Hindu,
this, yeah,
writing metal songs,
Metal is in itself a very rebellious form of
it's a
music.
religion of its own.
And we just want to, the crazy part of a metalhead would be if someone says, "What do you have? Or why do you rebel?" He would say, "What do you got to rebel against?" So it's anything that we have in common. Like if say, since religion is a common mass hysteric movement, we would rebel against that, even if we don't have any pros or cons for it. We just need to rebel, and religion comes under one of them.
Okay.
A lot of bands, probably even Slayer, would agree to that.
So if probably like metal goes mainstream, then won't that be like a repercussions of sorts for metalheads? Being
Yeah, they are.
rebellious ourselves. It'd be like fucking weird to face
It'll
it
be-
being
I think
mainstream
that's the
popular.
main reason why metal overall is not really going that popular because you'll be contradicting yourself if you actually get that.
No, but then there is
so popular.
Scandal Corps.
There is
20
Scandal
years and
Corps
there is
and
no
stuff.
TV or radio shows ever.
Hmm.
So now then there are bands like that who can actually be up to their standards. It is kind of, yes, you have Metallica and you have all these Grammy-winning metal bands. It's kind of weird, but then there are real metalheads also out there. I mean, who can stick up to the man.
So these are the kind of music that you want to make.
Yeah.
If you're really influenced by music, if you're really influenced by religion as being an aspect of your songwriting, that probably makes it another. So
Cool. So, what is your opinion on emo metal and commercial music in general? General commercial music and emo metal.
there are lots of good bands who actually play commercial music. You can't really say that commercial music sucks or something like that. But then
Emo metal?
Yeah, it's these bands. This new craze that's come out. Bands like
Bullet from a Valley.
yeah, Bullet
Kill
from a
Switch
Valley.
Engage.
Emo metal.
there are good
That
bands.
itself, the genre name itself,
Emotional.
it is too gay. It's just too gay. Commercial music can actually not be as gay as emo metal because it's for some reason emo metal still sticks in my head as faggot music. Commercial music? I mean, what do you mean by Vanamalik?
Yeah,
Commercial
it could be
popular
anything that is
I
like
mean,
popular,
Bollywood stuff or commercial
Bollywood,
music and rock music.
R&B, hip hop. commercial rock.
R&B. There is something here, Punjabi MC motherfuckers out there. They are corrupting minds, man. That's all I'm trying to say. There's this
make some good music.
There's this female called hardcore. Yeah, hardcore. You know, that states what commercial music is. It's just beyond.
But you must
It's not
admit
even
she's hot.
about bullshit.
You must admit she's hot.
You have a chance to be blind.
They have chicks. They have a lot of chicks. You borrow chicks from there and put them in a metal scene.
Hardcore, she hot? No, she's not hot.
She's damn hot.
Yeah.
I mean,
They just fuck it.
cover the face and fuck the face.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Always ready for it.
That's it. So what are your lyrical influences when you write lyrics? Any influences that you guys have?
Yes, religion would be it's a very cliche topic right now because everyone writes about religion. I also want to write about religion, so I end up writing about religion. And we just came up with a song called Hate Cult, and it's something to do with the scene. The lyrical aspect has it's basically a scenic painting of Raz, and when there is a gig, when there's a band on stage, and then there are people, the whole atmosphere. I kind of wanted to write about that. So yeah, it kind of changes every now and then, but religion would be the main focus.
Main focus of Devoid. Nice. So
That's good.
what about classical music? Are you guys influenced by any of this thing?
I don't really say that I'm influenced by classical music as such, but I've heard a lot of classical pieces as such. You call it Mozart or something, or if you want Indian classical music. I don't know, them making it really technical. You can have influences from them. Those are just beautiful pieces of art sometimes. Most of them which are not really good.
Okay.
So can't really say much about it.
Yeah, my mother is a classically Carnatic trained vocalist.
Oh,
So
amazing.
yeah, so she has all this raga and information that she keeps passing on to me, even though I don't, want to divulge into it right now. But then yes, there is a lot of technicality in ragas. They don't go by 4x4s. They don't have 3x4s. Just keeps changing. So a certain aspect of Carnatic music, since classical for me is Indian music, which is Carnatic music, and if I possibly could divulge myself into it, get a base of what they do, then I'll probably start chugging along with the timing that they have or whatever they call it.
Nice.
We are not exactly influenced by it, but we would wish to if we knew.
Maybe on our hand.
Yeah, exactly.
You really can't
Okay.
understand it at one point, so there's no question of being influenced by it. You can't just understand it in the first place.
Nice. So anything else that you have to say to your fans or something?
Come to gigs, organize gigs, be a little more into the scene. Don't just be an audience. That's my as of now. It's almost like a plea or a cry for help of sorts. Just don't be as a part of the Indian rock scene. You're as important as the artist. You're as much as involved. You should be as much involved as the gig organizer or the ticket sales guy or whatever. Just make sure that whatever your forte is, do something for it. And this video is a testimony for how things should work out.
Cool.
You could listen to songs by Indian bands and stuff. And if you rip off a CD, that's all cool. You don't need to really spend $200 to buy a CD. If you can rip this DVD off, then kick ass. But you have to see this DVD if you want to rip it off. So
Listen, somehow contradicts my. No, but then be there, be around, be in the scene, be the scene.
Yeah.
You guys are the same.
So, what do you think are the biggest problems affecting the scene?
Problems, venues. Venue would be
Venues.
the most important.
Money is one of the main important aspects. I mean, if we had more money, we would have venues. If we had money, we could get media's attention.
Yeah, venue is like.
Most of the middle heads normally do end up to be on the poor side of life. Like us.
The broke end of
Everyone is broke.
Yeah,
You spend money on.
that's one thing that is common amongst all metalheads. Most of them are fucking bekaris, and they, it's hard for them to shell out money. But then if there was venues, these CDs would be sold. There will be bands playing. There will be a little more awareness that there is something active than fucking sitting in your comp, going online, checking forums. That is not the Indian scene. Shouldn't never be the Indian scene. It should be active. It should be on the road. You should be inside and a part of it to feel what we actually are. As Indian musicians are trying to do. So yes, the venues are one of the most important aspects, and in fact, one of the most biggest problem that we face. Anything else?
So would it be like, what do you think about like, say, like probably 10, 15 bands, okay, prominent bands coming together, selling out some money, and contributing into this, only sort of a trust, the metalheads trust, and getting a venue for themselves.
It's a beautiful idea, but I'm really sorry to say it's not really going to work.
It's ideal. The thing with metalheads, we are lazy. We are more or less dumb. Like these trust funds and stuff like these numbers kind of baffles us. We almost drool when it comes to these
What's
things.
the
But
first
it will be
really
ideas if you could do something like this. I am one of the most big. I'm probably the leader of all the hypocrites. I might say something and I might do something else. I if I can work on my on myself, we should all probably keep aside our idealism and actually sit down and seriously think out what's actually going to happen. Than having a bang for metalheads and shit. That is beyond us.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks a lot.